So guys, this has just come and it is an Einhell sanding machine for what they call a drywall sanding, and it's just basically a giant sander. Now if you've never used one of these before, which I've never used one of these before, so this is going to be a new thing to me. Yes, I've got sanders, I've got belt sanders and orbital sanders, but this is a giant sander. And I know what you're thinking, it looks like a metal detector. Well, you'd be right, it does look like a metal detector, but this is the Einhell Classic TC-DW 225. Comes in this big case, which was a bonus. One of the reasons why I bought it, I thought best thing to do is get one with a case somewhere I can store it, and that's what I've done here. It has speed controls, supposed to be ergonomic usage, dust free, flexible, and I must say I've carried it like that, and although there is some weight to it, bearing in mind there is a case as well, it's quite easily manageable with one hand depending on how strong you are. Not too sure what weight it is at the moment, so we're going to open it now. Obviously this is the first time opening it, and we'll see what's in the box then. It's been tie wrapped, which is their way of security tagging it, I suppose. But I have bought this from Tool Station here in the UK, and I believe it was £109, which was the cheapest one I could find. And as you're aware, on this channel I have reviewed quite a few Einhell products, and I have to say I'm quite impressed for the money what you get. So we'll just work out how this comes apart. I'm just going to cut this off. I forgot to mention it's a 600 watt sander, and there you go, there's a picture of it. That's what it looks like, and it does come with some accessories as well, which includes 6 sanding pads, which are there on this particular model. So what does it do? Well, we'll soon find out. I will be taking this on a job very soon, so I will continue the video on site maybe tomorrow and continue this video. So you'll be seeing some footage, so stick around for the footage of me using it. Probably do it in a time-lapse format so that it's not too boring for you. And these should just unclip, and they do. I'm quite impressed with the sturdiness of this case, by the way, because this is one big case, but it is a big giant tool to hold. And there you go. I think I've just opened that the wrong way around, but there are the sanding pads. Look at the size of those bad boys. They are absolutely huge. And usual instructions. So this is, what size is it? We'll find that out in a minute. But this is the actual body of it. And from what I gather, you just and clip it together like that. So it's held together with a clip, so that basically puts that section of it together. And this is without reading any instructions as well. I would imagine that bit there goes on the back of there, does it? Am I right? I think I'm right. I might be wrong. I'm not reading any instructions, remember, so I should imagine it's something along that line. I would imagine, does that come off? I'm not reading the instructions. Read the instructions. I'm just guessing at the moment. So I would imagine that does go in there. Does it? I think it does. And that creates your telescopic one, does it? I think it does. I think I was right the first time. So that's basically an extension bar. I am going to read the instructions so don't break it. That obviously holds it on there, so I'm assuming that it goes in with that on, I suppose. It does come with quite a long flex on it here, so that again is quite impressive, and you do get a extraction hose here as well, which you will connect to a vacuum cleaner, dust extraction vacuum cleaner. So that's there in the box. So let's read the instructions before we mess it up completely. And of course they're in several different languages. If you're dyslexic like me, then you can't read them anyway. I like to look at pictures, as most people know. So, what we got in there? Nothing. And what we got in there? Nothing. So, yes, I was correct. This actually does go in there, and it goes the opposite way around. I think. Maybe. I don't know. Using that bit. There you go. It goes in. Tightens up, and you can then use it like that. Bit of a pivot. It has got quite a bit of weight to it as this, and that helps you achieve your telescopic range on it. It is quite heavy, I will say that, and I do believe it does have a light on the other end. So like I said, we'll take this on a job and give it a proper run out, but I do believe it does have LED lights on it, so we'll check that out when we get on the job, and obviously get it to the point where we can use it, because we'll need to sand some walls down on the job with it, which is what we've got it for. So there you go. We'll see you on the job very shortly. Obviously it's evening time at the moment, so I'll be doing this tomorrow probably. There you go. The Einhell dustless cleaner. It does come apart. So there we go guys, that is the Einhell sander, the massive sander as I'm going to call it. So I believe this is about a 9-inch disc. So I did read the instructions like I said we're going to do, and I pretty much got it together as you can see in this, and you probably saw this earlier in the video in the time lapse one. But now comes the point putting it back in its case. So I connected it up obviously to my vacuum cleaner. Just used a bit of masking tape to attach it to the hose. So I basically have a hose off an old vacuum cleaner which I've attached to the vacuum cleaner itself. So that there is the original vacuum cleaner hose, and this here is off an old one, so it just extends it a little bit further, which makes it easier when you're doing stuff like this, that you're not having to sort anything out. So this should go back in the case. Just do it as a reversal of the way I took it apart. And I'll do that. Obviously it's a bit dusty now, so this went in here. How did it? See, now I can't remember. Is that's right. Go. So you probably noticed, I mean, the ceiling isn't very high, so I did put the extension bar in simply because I thought, well, it's here, so, but that helps you extend it if you need to do higher ceilings. I actually found it easier to use just like that, because obviously I didn't have high to reach on this ceiling, and I felt with the extension bar trying to use it that way, it was just a little bit too much as far as the length. It would have been better if it was upright using it that way. So yeah, I just need to unplug this now. Dust everywhere up. So here we go. Moment of truth, can we get it back in the box? But it's a really good machine, to be honest. I mean, for £109 it's not too bad. Obviously it's going to get dusty now. It's lost its newness. That just sits in there like that. Doing the best you can, I suppose. And then it just sits in. So there you go guys, this is the Einhell. Einhell drywall sander, industrial sander, big sander, call it what you want, but it's not bad for £109, has to be said. So there you go, it's back in its case, and that's a lot lighter than a lot of my toolboxes, I'll tell you that for free. So there you go. Hope you got something out of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed me watching me use this. Like I keep telling people, this isn't a Hollywood studio. I don't have a production crew. This is me. This is a real job, and we've tested it on a real job here. And I am quite impressed. It's taken me just under an hour to sand the walls with it all, which has saved me a lot of time. So yeah, for £109 for something I'm probably going to use maybe 3 or 4 times a year, it's not a bad machine. Einhell do impress me quite a lot with the products and the cost of the products as well, because they're not massively over expensive. And for doing like what I do, I've plastered all these walls, and all I wanted to do was get some of the little, what I call scum marks off, which are just the trowel lines or where a little bit of water's run down off your trowel, and get a few other marks out. This was a dark basement area, not much light, so it's very difficult to plaster with limited light. So it did help getting this sander just to take some of the little marks out and everything. So all the ceiling and everything's been sanded. We're getting ready to paint now. So there you go. Like I said, hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of it today. And don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate everyone who's doing it, and we are starting to get donations as well. You can make donations if you think you've got something out and you really want to pay me. Then make a donation. If you don't, that's fine. But some people are making some donations now, and a big thank you to everybody who's done that. So once again, I will catch you in another video soon, and thanks for watching, guys. Thanks a lot.